Hello everyone and welcome to Obsesso by Sue. My name is Sue and today we have another tutorial. Now this is not as simple as the first one, but it's very interesting. We saw this bag on a live TikTok with a fellow bag maker and we called it the patanisho sling. This was my first bag, and then when we were sewing TikTok live I did in white. The white one is not available right now, but this is what I saw as a practice, and in today's tutorial I'll be sewing in this color. Oh, she looks so pretty, so pretty. I thought I make one when the tutorial, I make different colors. I mean, I've done white and this brown, and anyway, so a few things that I changed on this. The strap should be detachable. Oh, this strap is over there. It has hook rings on this, and it has this handle. Again, it was a practice bag, so but on this one I am not putting the handle on this, and the straps will not be detachable. I'll do this off camera, but I'll put it permanently. So I think that's the difference between this one and the other one, and also the white one. I didn't do it fixed over the shoulder strap, but everything else. Oh yeah, and the flap on this one is Ankara, and the flap on this is it's leather. It's the main fabric leather, and I decided to put my logo here instead of down here, as opposed to this one and the other one. So let's go over this one and see. All right, so we have our flap. Once we open it, we have our first slip pocket, which is made of the first slip pocket, which is made of the Ankara, and second slip pocket. There I have these buttons, which actually I attached off camera. They are jeans buttons, and I will all these hardware that I'm getting from AliExpress. Anything that I get from AliExpress, I'm going to show the link. Again, not sponsored, just show you where I got them. So these are the buttons that I used, and it's gold hardware, so I used gold on this, gold on the main zipper, and I found that I didn't have gold beading, so I just used this square brass, what do they call it, brass type color here. You can see that, yeah. And the rivet on this is gold. Okay, at the back we have a zip pocket with the interior that has Ankara, but the lining of the bag is all black. See, we have slip pocket. Oof, now you can see this. We have slip pocket here and zip pocket over here. It's all black in there, but I just wanted that the main focus to be outside the bag. Oh, look at that. She is gorgeous. She is really gorgeous. Yeah. This bag is, I would say, intermediate. I wouldn't say it's beginner friendly, but if you follow it step to step, it's not as hard. There's some sides that you need. They're going to be thick fabric, so you might, if you're not using a heavy duty machine like I'm doing, you might want to go slow on that. You'll see with those parts, and yeah, I think you're ready to go. I think you're ready to go. Yeah. Otherwise, everything. I think I'm gonna make another one, maybe in white, since I don't have the white here. I don't know which other color. Tell me in the comments which other color do you think I should make our patanisho sling bag with it. It's called patanisho because it's the bag that we sew with other bag makers, and we connected a lot with other bag makers, so we call it patanisho. Like we came together. We even have a WhatsApp group, so I'll put the link in the description too if you want to follow and know maybe the next live show we have on TikTok. You can join us, and patterns that we're sharing. Either way, I want you to enjoy it as much as I did. Okay, let's get down to it. Alright, so let's go through everything we're going to be using on this bag. I'm going to start with the hardware. So I'm using gold mostly, so I have gold rivets for holding my my squaring parts. You see, these are the squaring parts, so it will be just like this. Okay, so I have 2 of these and 2 squarings and just a bunch. I think these are usually 10 gold hardware, gold rivets in there. That's okay. For the tools, I have this one as usual. This is your best friend, and another best friend is your seam ripper. So it has to be, I have to have like two of them around. So yes, well, not here, I think they were transferred, but still I have them ready. I have this zip overlay. It can be your overlay, but it also, I usually use it as my what should I call it, template. When I'm cutting the zip pocket, it helps a lot. So it's just something I came up with. This is a stabilizer. It's just stabilizer, and then I just cut one centimeter. It saves time. That's the point. Ruler. I have a ruler, and since I'm using gold hardware, I have the exterior backside zip, which is black and gold. This is the interior. This is the interior zip, which is black because the interior of the bag is black, as you saw. And this is the exterior gusset zip, main zip, which is black and gold. I have the top zip gusset, which is our main leather and the lining. I have the bottom gusset, again fully padded, so I've already glued in the sponge gusset with its lining. Okay, I have the interior lining here, which is one side slip pocket. There's a pocket and there's one side of the interior, and the other side of the interior with its zip pocket right there. Here's the back of the bag with its zip pocket. This one going in here, and the front side of the bag, I have the flap ready. I've already embroidered the logo, the bag logo there. So I have the flap, which is two pieces of the exterior. I have a fast slip pocket, which is the interior lining fabric and the exterior lining, the exterior fabric, leather fabric. I have the second slip pocket, which is the Ankara that I'm using, and the interior lining, black. And then I have the main bag, front bag, which is fully Ankara. Yeah, just fully Ankara. I just realized that it's actually upside down, but almost will be covered, but it's a um I'm going to be using the Juki heavy duty just because I am now used to just using it. But this bag is not that difficult to sew, so you can use any machine that you have in your exposure. I have the clips. I got big ones, really big ones, really helpful. And what else do I have? I think I'm going to be using this, so I'm just going to put it close to me. Oh yeah, and the closure of the bin. I'm going to use this gold hardware. This hardware I got from AliExpress. I think I'm going to put a link on where I got it in the description down below. And oh yeah, Vaseline or any kind of liquid that you're going to use for. I just find Vaseline is good for your fabric. It's really forgiving for your beautiful leather fabric, and all you have to do is just wipe it off and it leaves it shiny and still pretty. Okay, let's go down to sewing. Okay, so we're going to start with the front part of the bag, and I'm going to do the flap first. Now, if you are not using the kind of hardware that I'm using for closure, and you're using maybe the magnetic button, this is a part where you install it. But since I'm just using a snap jeans kind of button, I'm going to install the buttons after I've sewn the bag. So, Sahi, with the right sides together to now align, and then we sew with 1 centimeter seam allowance. Now, if your machine is not calibrated as mine, so it did not come with the calibration of whether 1 centimeter or 1 inch. So I usually use 1 centimeter seam allowances on my bags. What I did is I measured from the sindano to 1 centimeter maliko, made the mark, and then put clear tape so that isishinde kifutika. Alright, so let's sew 1 centimeter seam allowance from upper all the way around to here. And don't forget to back stitch your always back stitch your mwanzo na mwisho wa nini yako your mshono just to reinforce it. Okay. And the corners, don't give me a sana, just slowly so that you can get the corners right. I just use a small fabric just to trap the thread, and struggle like kama ni mrefu imefika already. Okay, I think ukiona hii machine nilikuwa nayo before stress, so I just found an easy way for that. Now you can trim down these sides, though when you turn your flap you see bulge, but I'm going to use this kind of scissors. If you have them, it's amazing to use them. Just snip kando tu, makes it neater, and ikifika hapa kwa the corner karibia kidogo, but not so much that you don't take off the line, the threads. Just be careful with that. Okay, corner like that. Okay, cut it out. I also got this from AliExpress. Alright, so if you don't have, just snip easy corner to makes it neater. So put it, turn it. So when we do what we call top stitch. Top stitching is for making your bag look neater and adding more reinforcement. Now for top stitching, I usually do 1/2 centimeter seam allowance, or at least karibu na edge, si lazima ati. And then the top, I'll do 1 centimeter seam allowance. Okay. Is my Vaseline ndio tuteleze vizuri ya. The first time I started sewing with this kind of leather, ilinisumbua, I was giving up until I saw lazima upake kakitu ndio ipite. So the top stitching right now is close to the edge. And then the basting, kufunga hapa juu tufanye na, can do with that 1/2 centimeter. Okay, so see, kind of going as close as possible to the edge, make it neater. And then the top, I'll explain, you see why I've put 1/2 centimeter seam allowance to, I'll show you why. And then I'm going to use this scissors to just even out the edges. If you don't have them, don't worry, certainly a must. Would I recommend you to have some? Yes, I definitely would. Sijui saini how much, but I think at 7, so you're not wrong. So it's really how much, but tutaona too. Okay, so there we have our flap. Eventually just put my buttons here and here. So so the pockets. I'll start with the the bottom slip pocket. This is just actually very easy. Right sides together. I'm saying right sides together, even okay, here in a right side. This is just plain. This one has. But if you have a material that interior lining is gonna right now wrong, that's why I'm saying right sides together. Listen like this. Sew the top 1 centimeter seam allowance. Back stitch the edges of your stitches. Okay. And then flip. Sometimes for ease you can put blue hopper. Let me just show you. Let me get my glue 1 second. Now, usually the glue I use again for kushikanisha fabrics mbili where I need kushikanisha. Otherwise, if you have double-sided tape, that's your best. That's a good thing to have. Because sasa sahi tungeweka tu double-sided tape hapo. So if you have some, use it. If you don't have, use glue. If you don't have any, which I recommend you have at least one or both of them. If you don't have any, itabidi ushikilia ka seam open vizuri, ka close, kafunge vizuri. If you're not using leather, any kind of leather, unaweza kapiga pasi ndio kalale kwa. Alright, with that, you fold like this. Just makes your life easier when you turn. Alafu glue inakuwa kwa ya kureinforce, so ukitumia hiyo glue kwa vitu kaa hizi, unajua hiyo bag ndio ifikie mahali tumeuzia customer hata kuja aseme hey, this bag of yours actually, you know. Clip here. I am going to top stitch, just top stitch. Okay, so some Vaseline. Now this part you may choose to top stitch either 2 stitches for decor or just one. One is fine. So I'm just going to use the same way I've used on the flap. And then now we baste. Baste is kushikanisha tu nini mbili tu, 2 fabrics or more. Kushikanisha yani temporarily. Since that's the actual final sew, but you just don't want it where you're sewing it to the other part, so you baste the fabrics together. And here unaweka as short as possible your baseline. Okay, either 1/2 centimeter or less. Sio kubwa. Ndio isitoke kwa the main sew. Okay, so baste that. That's done. That is done. I don't think it's tashikanisha vizuri, but it's fine. Tashikanisha huko na nini. Sijikunja hapa poa. Anyway, Well, that's the idea. Basting it, top stitch. Now that's done. So let's do the second slip pocket the same way. Now right sides together, 1 centimeter stitch allowance, turn, back stitch, turn it, top stitch and baste. Ile tu tumefanya hivi. Zero, he doesn't need loosey ngumu sana to bend itself. I forgot to tell you, now if you're using Ankara just like I am, you might want to put a stabilizer. There's the ones that you piga pasi on, that kind of stabilizer, to make it rigid, make it ngumu kidogo. That your sewing is easier. Okay, stop stitch that. And then baste. Done. So you have your 2 pockets, slip pockets like that, and then you take your main fabric and place them like this. Okay, so you want to be really sure that you've got both of them. And there's a baste this one and this first, and then place this one later. But okay, first let me find the midpoint for this. You're gonna need it, like placing the flap. Okay, just fold and slip kadogo tu, si kitu kubwa, nitatokelea hii. Line it as perfect as you can. Okay, and make sure zimeachana vizuri juu. So that's what, 5 point, that's 5 and 5. Yes, that's good, which means this one comes hapo. Dun, 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 dun. Haya, sasa tuziclip sasa pamoja. I'm gonna do like this, flip it and baste it using the main fabric. Okay, alafu we'll cut out the excess based on the main fabric. See the excess or pockets so in case kata moja ikiwa excess and all that, hapo ndio itakusaidia. But still, let's baste them again. The main fabric as the reference. Okay. Okay. Sawa. Sasa with that, kitumia hii tukate excess. Right? Sasa nitakata na hii straight. Sile yangu ya madoido. Using the outer nini kama do reference, yeah? Sawa. Okay. So what we have now, let's attach our flapper. Let's mark our midpoint. I think on this you should use a pen or a chalk. I can see it's marking. So midpoint, and then so we want it this way. You see, that's why I saw half centimeter similar sikuifanyia hapa kando, so that you can use this line to sew hapo. So the midpoint is here, tunazialign tu, but before then we mark exactly where our flap is gonna go. Now this one will depend on where mali unataka tukiweka, that's what you do. Centimeter is along the line of our flap, so I'm not using 2 centimeters. So I'm gonna go drop. I think I'm gonna do it at 2.5 centimeters. Okay, that being the midpoint, and I draw here 2.5, 2.5. Okay. So all I have to do is put this like this, and then nishone hapa. Okay. Make sure hizo midpoint zimealign vizuri. And we sew. Don't forget to back stitch. There we have it. Okay. There we go. So you can choose to either top stitch up and you, but I choose to just leave it that way. Like that. Itaipea character. Okay. So eventually I'll put my buttons right here and hapa, and then I can close. Open, slip pocket, and close. So we are done with our front part. So inafaa ikae at least hivi. Okay. Tutaweka tu, hizi tutaweka later. You can put them here now, but We can put them later, but yes, it's nothing. Anyway, let's do the back. Now for the back, I'm gonna put the zip pocket. So I use this. I need the exterior and the pocket here and this one and my zip. So I am going to use another method that I decided to start using because it's easier that way. Okay, let me show you. So I'm gonna take this and use my now uzuri wa template yangu ni wande. Uzuri wa template ni niko na midpoint ulivyoja mtumia. Uzuri wa template ni sitashindia hapo nikichora chora. The chora part is very much tiring. I just need this part. Doesn't need to be perfectly neat, just kidogo ndio uweze kufold vizuri. It will still bring out the padding part. Okay. With that, this, I think I will find not from. I think I do. Okay, so tuweke na how far do you want our pocket now? That depends. That is on you too. I think we can place it at 5 centimeters from the top. So 5 centimeter. That's where your zip tape will be. Sawa. Is it zip tape or zip end? So if that's the case, 5.5 so that your tape can be hapo katikati, yeah? 5.5. Okay, so at the midpoint, align it like that, and then draw inside. And then, okay. Like that. 1 centimeter hapa. And then chora kwa midpoint hapo katikati, hiyo ni outline chora. Do that. This is the line where you used to cut. Okay, so imagine without our template, size ingekuwa nimemaliza kuchora the outline. So now we cut from hii part hapa, hapa tunakata hii line yote mpaka hapa. Right. Just kanda kunja, then put your so when you get to the end here, do like this. Unakata kaka triangle like that. Like that. And use your triangle thingy. That and that. Great. Now our glue. So our glue is constant. Yeah, una choice. Because this part, it's going to be hard without gluing. Yet you can't, but if you can do it without the glue, sour. If you can't do it, you need the glue. Either way, when you're doing your fabric shopping, ongeza glue hapo. Kama una double-sided tape. So we put glue here. Niwaambie glue nukia sana. Alright, let it touch dry, and then remember that ile outline tumechora na our template hii hapa, hapo ndio unakunjia hivi. We start with this one. This is how you kunja it, like that. Make it a perfect mkunja, good folder, like that. Just on the line that you chored. Hold it after it's touched dry. Like that. Like that. Like that. Okay, now you have something like this on the outside to come up here. Okay, with that ready, sasa to attach our pocket. So hii ndio side ya ndani, kwa hivyo itakaa hivi ndani ya pocket. So turn your pocket, fold 1 centimeter that. And then you place the zip this side ya chini hivi tu. Make sure umezialign either midpoint or sana sana midpoint anyway. Hivyo, alafu sasa top stitch. Ushone sasa. Shona as close as you can. Edge. Okay, so you have something like this. Kitu kama hii yani. So alternatively you can fold alafu ushone kwa hii ama ufanye vile tumefanya. It's still acceptable. And I here making sure iko katikati pia. Okay. Hapa na clip isilo. Okay, these zips are not expensive. I don't. It's not like they're the most amazing looking zips, but they are strong. I like them actually. I like them because they're strong. Now align it that way, so we're going to sew from down here, line moja tu mpaka hapa. Okay, again this is just one way of attaching the zip pocket. Kama unajua ingine, you can use that. It's not no restrictions on that. Okay, don't forget the back stitch, the beginning and the end of your stitch. that, then you fold this. It shows in a line paw. Then now you stitch from here when the patanisho. The stitch from this stitch like here. Juu unazikanisha unapiga hapa chini. Okay? Just easy peasy. tu nimefanya kwa hii ni I would have stitched way closer to the zip on this side. That's what I like. Way closer, just like this. So make sure you do that on this. Anyway, sasa tufunge the back. Nashona hapa kando, ha? Okay, there we have it. We have our pocket ready. Okay, so our pocket is ready. Now let's do interior and exterior and interior. Okay. Alright. For the interior, we have a zip pocket which we are going to do exactly as I've done the exterior. So I'll just do the slip pocket just to show you how to do it, and then in minutes to know how to do what to do. So on this one, in the slip pocket, just kunja the top part twice, whichever way you want, 1 centimeter, half centimeter, yenye tu unataka. Zero hii line inatumia, unaweza tumia mkono, wanaita decon ama declon, I don't know, but it is that material. So like this. Okay. I'm just use the angle of the camera. But okay. So after top stitching it, so we're going to attach the pocket to our exterior. So we baste. So you can choose to put a division either in the middle exactly or a candle. It depends with what you want. I'll kind of do it in the middle for this one. Seems like my bobbing is done. Go. It's good to have pre-wound bobbins up. Wait, why wouldn't you pick up? Oh, there we go. Yes, Tracy's in it. All right. It's ready. So one side is done, and the side of the slip pocket is the side I'll put. Slip pockets go with slip pockets. So the front part of the bag I attach with the slip pocket part of the bag. So you could best to the best like that. Shikanisha. So on this instance, it's the wrong sides together. The wrong sides together. So that you have one side like this, okay, and the other side like this. Okay, that's good enough to shine. And let's baste this baby. Now, since this is the main part of the bag, I usually do half centimeter not the kind of basting allowance yenye ni kidogo, so this one sijui kama nashona. What's going on in the machine? Seems like I'm not sewing. Hold it, hold it, hold it. I just cleaned the lids of this machine, so siniamia haishoni mchafu. Hivi okay. Yo, it's not picking anything. try. Let's do this again. Let's see. Kazi ya kuosha kuku mingi. Half centimeter seam allowance is sorry. We're basting the main fabric together. Front is done. Hii nilikuwa na excess fabric here, so don't take it out. Just wondering what happened. But the front section is done. It's front and it's interior. Yeah. Okay. Tunaweka hii kando. Ni the nyuma part. So I'll probably fast forward here because it's basically what I did on this. That's what I'm going to do on this. So I'll just fast forward it. Or because these colors are the same. Now the reason why I like doing this one when my lining is, I usually do it when my lining is not the same. I'm telling you, this zip hurts. I didn't want a peekaboo of this. I did not want key lining. It's okay hapa. So that's why I did it this style. Now on this other one, I think I can just simply do the other for learning purposes, the other style of doing things. So I don't need to make here. Alright, so using my template like that, mark. So you're marking the pocket itself, and then find the midpoints. That point. Okay. Alafu just align the midpoints like this. Now since you don't want our pocket to be sewn together with the main fabric, so we take it what? 3? Now let's do 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters. So midpoints and then 2 centimeters from the edge. Because the pocket cap patenda hapa chini. Okay. And the midpoint is midpointing. So you see it's 2 centimeters e pocket, it's 2 centimeters from the edge of the main fabric, but your zip will be 4.5 centimeters from the main hapa main. Sawa? So do not be like, oh no, what do you do? So we're gonna stitch round hii line yenye tumechora hapa. Okay, there we have it. Front and back. Now let's do what? The zip gasket. The top. Mali ya kufunga. Sawa. Now since I'm not putting a handle here, so I'll kata katikati. So on the template, unakata your block, but when you're coming to sew, you find the midpoint and cut it. I think I need some pen. Wacha ngoja nitafute pen kwa wapi. Pen kwa wapi? Kwa wapi? Tuone hapo. Sawa. That was very anticlimactic. Okay, so midpoint we have 10. Midpoint 8 obviously the what 5. 5. So you can cut 5 already kwa template. Ukikata later unakata, so you can still do that. This is my own way of doing things, but you can do however you want as long as the strips are 5 centimeters. Okay, you can do whatever you like, whatever is easier for you. Oh no, even the bottom lining and the top. Haribu. Did you hear what I said there? I just rhymed. Itakuwa wakadinali. Karibu ni haribu. Karibu ni haribu maharibu. Okay, I should just, yeah, nafaa niache my wrapping career right there. Niachie hapo. Okay, so let's cut that. basic and very easy to install. Okay, so right side like this, wrong side of the zip, weka hapo, paste, ongeza hiyo line. Vitu za chapchap tunashona tukienda tukimaliza. Hivi ni vitu ndogo ndogo hivi vitu ndogo ndogo hivi na ka base tu juu tu, sawa. Like a line, okay, too. And then now we sew. This one we are sewing with 0.5 centimeters in allowance, okay. The other one we just pasting. This one you're sewing. Make sure that the exterior and interior align, and this will be right sides together. Right sides. Okay, so let's sew. 0.5 centimeters in allowance. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. And then we turn and top stitch. When turning, make sure that the exterior and the interior align kabla ushikanisha. Alright, top stitch sasa. Katika maguta. Alright. Top stitch ingine tuna paste ya kaipo. To cut this off. Katika ndo maana nimeshona kitu vibaya sana. Usishone. Okay. Back, and let's do the same on this side. So I might harakisha video, but that's basically what I'm gonna do. Okay, like this. That I'll do it this way. So paste, then install your lining, and then bust. Okay, and there we have it. We have our top gasset done. So let's cut off the excess. Let's use our lighter. Just to put our zip end ikae vizuri so it doesn't flare actually. Hizo manuel tukiziacha hivi it will start flaring from there and then usikie zip ilitoka. Okay, so yes, like that. So burn off the flare. This is kind of excess, so just cut ama nikishona nishone perfectly hapo kwa kona. Anyway, let's do the squarings, huh? There we go. So all you need to do is wrap it around, squaring like this, all of them. And then you stitch up as close as possible to your squaring. Okay. So don't cut out this excess. This excess ndio tutarivet for reinforcement. That's the excess that you're going to rivet. So take your D-ring and then mark 1 centimeters from the edge. Here. So you know that's where you're going to be sewing, and that is where you want your sew line to be at least at a kani. If it's not exactly 1 centimeters, at least slightly on top, but in the middle happen. And then let's paste. Then we do the same for the other side. Which the centimeters will be different. Sasa hii nimeenda nika so comes around there, and then this above, if not exactly there, midpoint. Top wire yangu imeenda haya. Top wire, gosh, my top thread just came off the needle. So just give me a second. Let me do this again. Come on. You are right there, come on. And we sew. Alright, our D-rings are ready. Now let's attach our bottom gasket. So like that. Waist allowed to be 1 centimeter. So right sides together. Right sides together. Then we place our lining there. Here 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter seam allowance. There's my centimeter mark. Okay, there we have it. That goes somewhere. Let's do the same for this side. Right sides together. This. Put in the lining, then stitch with 1 centimeter seam allowance. Call it a reminder. Yeah, that fabric's apple kind of feels extra, so if your machine does not take it, just take it really, really slow, okay? With that, all we need to do is top stitch. Top stitch here and the other side. Top stitch. It gets heavier, by the way. It gets heavier when you stop stitching, so take it slowly, yeah? Let me show you how slow you can take it. Take it that slow, or even slower if you can. Alright. Now, this part we're going to try and rivet it on this. So tunarivet hapa na tunarivet hapa, right? Yeah, here, which will be like a centimeter from your stitch. 1 centimeter from your stitch. Huh? You can see it. 1 centimeter from your stitch. 1 centimeter from your stitch. Make the point and then mark 1 centimeter. Same it on this side. 1 centimeter from your stitch. Mark it. And then I'm going to install it off camera, but I'll still be speaking. So this is the rivets that I'm using. This is what I'm using. This is what I'm using. Okay. So let me go install them quick and I'll be BRB. I am back. So the rivets installed. Now we baste our lining to our exterior. Turn around tu. Sasa muziki yetu imeisha. Ilikuwa nje. Just whistle. So you may need to put some music. Do the same for the other side. Scatter the excess so that we have our gusset like perfectly perfect, especially little shiny. Okay. With that, let's attach our bag now. So I'm gonna use the Decron lining material to baste the edges. Okay, and then here's the thing. Now if you're using one zip head as I'm using it right now, I want mostly what to beba bag from you put it on your right, so your zip head should be facing your left, which means this side, that's where our front comes in, right? Okay, so this is what's going to happen. We're going to attach this part to this part, and let's find the midpoint zote kwanza. Yeah, let's do the midpoint first on our gusset. Snip the midpoint, huh? Just keep it too. Okay. So we should be having midpoint here and midpoint at the bottom too. Yeah. Just snip it just a little. You snip it just a little bit, kadogo too, for reference. Okay. So we've said our zip head will be this side. Okay. All right. So we are attaching this zip head here. So if it's one zip head, make sure it's on the left side of the bag. Alright, so let's attach it. Midpoint to midpoint, huh? Some midpoint on that. There you go. Midpoint to midpoint. So we want excess upper, so let's cut off this excess first. kadogo tu, si ati ilikuwa mingi. It wasn't menace. Was kiasi cha haja. Kiasi cha haja. Okay. Let's use our clips. So we start with the midpoints first. We clip karibu na corner. Just clip the corners first. So clip there. Clip here. Then we do a chini here. There and there. Don't clip the corners, huh? But you can. I'm sure if you've done a bag with a whole round gusset, maybe you do it differently. But I don't clip the corners first. What I do is once I do the midpoints, I snip. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Snip, snip, snip. And then lay it down like that. And then clip it. Okay. Snip this edge too. Lay it down. And clip. Do the same for this other side. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna use the easiest way I know to apply the what's it called, the bias tape. So I'm gonna sew this. I'm gonna sew the first stitchings with the bias tape attached. So just shikanisha your bag with half centimeter seam allowance or 1 centimeter, but I usually start with one later, but I just shikanisha with the bias tape. You can do it if you don't know. I just think this is the easiest way. Corners are tricky. Just take your time. Take your sweet time on that. I'm just snipping the bias tape so that it can go round comfortably. Corners again are tricky. Now as you're coming to the end, just cut off your excess bias. All right. Sijamaliza. Sikuwa nataka ishinde ikifunguka. Okay, that's done. So now we fold it to the middle point like this, and then cover your seam like that. Let's see. First keep this in here. And yeah. So you fold it to the middle like this, okay, and then unafunika dhambi like that, and then you sew. See what? It's to the round. Now the layers just got heavier. So again, if you're not using a heavy duty sewing machine, just go pole pole. Just do it pole pole. Why is it hot? comes to the edge, I think you might want to back stitch more than once or twice, just to keep the end of the base clean and neat. Otherwise, we proceed. Oopsie. I almost bent my needle. That's not good. Okay, so inspect. Make sure you got all the corners. Inspect hinge up here. Make sure you got them all. If you didn't, that's why I go now and pick out 1 centimeter seam around, just in case. Okay. Make sure the 1 centimeter. So now when you're sewing, you look at the mark that you made, not where you're sewing, just the mark. Feels like I need to change the needle. Come on, bend. What's that? Okay, so what a bent needle. Let me just change this. I bent my needle. I bent my needle. That is bad. That is very, very bad. Didn't even wait to be blunt. Such is life. Okay. Okay. So having multiple sew lines like that just makes the bag more secure. So that side is done. So I'll do the same for this side. Let me open up and then we can turn our bag. And we are done. Let's cut off excess breads, tidy up inside so that we can turn our bag. Okay. All right. Let me turn. I'll turn it a little bit. And there we go. Oh, she is pretty. Look at that. There you go. So I'm going to attach my buttons here, but I'll do it off camera. So, but there we have it. She's pretty. I'll also put the straps later that they'll come just here. You can either do hook swivel, but I'll not be doing hook swivel. It will be attached permanently to the bag. That's why I want to do it later. But look at that. I'm so glad that you stayed for all this time. How long was it? Like an hour or so. I'm so glad you stayed and watched it, and I hope you have learned a lot on that, and I hope you make yours. Like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section and tell me what you want to see next, and or what you want me to change on that. But otherwise, I'm happy, and thank you, and see you next time. Bye bye.